My name is Chuck Land, and I've lived in many worlds, being a musician, veteran, animal lover, family man, videographer, and documentarian. Since 2005, my crew and I have documented over 17,000 hours of interesting people and places. I love what I do because you just never know what you're going to document and learn from each experience. And just maybe I can contribute to making the world a better place through my efforts. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Some people have nicknamed it as the Queen City. Others have nicknamed it as Porkopolis, due to the number of slaughterhouses that have been here. But because of its location on the north bank of the Ohio River, Cincinnati was the last stop of the Underground Railroad. It was the first place to have a professional baseball team, and was home of the Isley Brothers, which wrote the song Shout and had many hits. The famous Hank Williams Sr. recorded some of his hit songs here in the early 40s at Herzog Studio. As a matter of fact, the Queen City had a recording studio before Nashville even did. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Johnny Lee Hooker lived here in his late teens and sang in many gospel groups before becoming a famous bluesman. We were privileged to have King Records, one of the most influential independent labels of the 1940s and 1950s. During that time, it had become the nation's 6th largest record company with more than 400 employees. There was a guy always hanging around the studio smoking cigars and bossing people around. Oh, wait a minute. That was the owner, Sid Nathan. Sid was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not to mention the Bluegrass Hall of Fame, which is no big deal, really. I mean, I've been inducted into both of those myself. And then I woke up. There are so many people and places that interest me. One of those places is the Sunshine State of Florida, the destination, Indian Shores Beach, a place that is great to relax with breathtaking sunsets. People kept telling me that I needed to check out a really cool place called Mahofers. The visit turned out to be a very interesting experience. Okay, so here I am at the place that I've read all about on the internet, Mahofers. This place is so cool. Throughout Gary Burbank's radio career, he created a variety of characters. Some of those characters consisted of Earl Pitts, Gilbert Gnarly, the Reverend Deuteronomy Skaggs, and Howlin' Blind Muddy Slim, your 60-minute Jelly Belly Toe Jam man. His shows became one of the longest-running syndicated comedy programs ever. His Earl Pitts commentaries were syndicated nationally. I had the pleasure of documenting him at the Play It Forward fundraiser in 2010. It was quite a treat.
How come it is people always say, God bless you when you sneeze, and nobody says nothing when you fart? Same to me. And when somebody blows a back end out of their britches, that's when you ought to be calling on help from the Almighty.
So here I am at the Play-by-Play Cafe in Silverton. Ray's Music Exchange is about to tear it up. Tear it up! These guys are awesome. They're musicians. So anyways, let's get inside and see what this is all about. I kept hearing about this band called Tickle Pink, and I was thinking, what a weird name. I wonder if they're a bunch of weird guys. When my crew and I documented this band at the Redmore Mountain Lookout, we were blown away by the talent. These guys are killer songwriters, musicians, and great entertainers.
You're the founder and speaker of the nonprofit organization Tune Up to Success.
That's correct.
On top of that, you're currently touring with your own solo project, and also with the legendary Carlos Santana.
Yes.
So the question is, how do you juggle all that?
Well, the only thing you didn't really mention is I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old on top of all that.
That was going to be my next question, if you had kids too.
I do. I have a son who's 4, his name is Max, and I have a daughter named Jasmine who's going to turn 8 pretty soon.
I am totally stoked. I'm on my way to the Fling Barn out in Hillsboro, Ohio. It's a beautiful day, beautiful drive. Goshorn Brothers and my band are both playing. It's going to be awesome.
My friend Chuck Land to put together a show with the Goshorn Brothers, and they're former members of Pure Prairie League, and they're well known around the Cincinnati area, and they excellent musicians and long history of rich heritage in music around Cincinnati area. Chuck Land Band is worth any night. He's a great musician. Chuck is a talented guy, many talents, and so we're going to have a big outpouring. I think a lot of people called.
This is what you get to do at the Fling Barn in Hillsboro, Ohio. Yeehaw! All right, so here I am about to ride a 4-wheeler for the first time here at the Fling Barn. This should be fun, let me tell you. Here we go. I've always wanted to do this, always. Me being a city slicker way too long, now I get to experience what it's like on a farm. Yeah! I need to buy one of these, that's for sure. What a blast.
I think we took a city slicker out and brought him in the country at the Fling Barn, and you know what? He got to ride a horse. He actually did quite well. The Chuck Land man is happening, and he's a good friend of mine, and I love when Chuck comes out because we know we're going to have a good time.
This band supersedes, I think, what you would think a hip-hop fusion, jazz fusion band would be.
What did I do to deserve this love? She said to me.
Their musicality is, extremely high. They are definitely nationally quality players, if not international quality players, living right here in Cincinnati.
Yes, I do, yeah. Woo. Sleeping with a memory in my motel room. Shut out all the daylight, pretend it's night till noon. Yes, I still woke up.
Still relevant music, it's great stuff. And they're still out there hitting it really hard and playing as hard as they can.
I can only think of you.